Breaking the cycle. Traumatized people tend to traumatize others. Those who blame tend to feel like victims. Hurt people tend to hurt others. Those who are prideful tend to be hiding insecurity. And the innocent cycle of ignorance begetting ignorance goes on and on. The mind naively puts itself into a self-imposed prison of repeating cycles of suffering and confusion. Compassion for ourselves and others is therefore natural when we see how this all works. While these cycles go on rippling throughout humanity, we don't even know there is a choice to be anything different than what we are until now. Luckily, the ego's past programs and self-sabotaging behaviors are just one perspective and view of life, not the one and only. There are infinite other perspectives, responses, emotions, and thoughts to choose from if we have the eyes to see them. It all starts with awareness. There is more to life than what we have previously thought, and we can radically change at any moment. There are entire worlds of possibility yet to be explored within us. Worlds of patience, satisfaction, fulfillment, peace, hope, love, stability, happiness, uninterrupted bliss, confidence, and faith regardless of what is going on in our lives. Have courage to look beyond your current perspectives and beliefs. Continue to question your mind and why you think the way you do. Inquire as to who you truly are, whatever the cost may be. Your curiosity as to why you suffer is the key to set yourself free. Know that the discomfort of the ego is to be expected and is actually a sign you are onto something true. If it wasn't true, it wouldn't threaten the ego. Our ego's discomfort is the doorway to our liberation. Be willing to step into it. Lean into it even. The day you decide that you are more interested in being aware of your thoughts, that you are the thoughts themselves, than you are in the thoughts themselves, that is the day you will find your way out. Waking up. By becoming aware of the constant mental commentary about our lives, we wake up from the matrix of our own thoughts. We unplug ourselves from the neuron pathways and patterns of suffering that are automatically reacting for us. The beautiful thing about our brain is that it can adapt and change over time as we exercise our spiritual will to override our current programming. It is moldable and has what scientists call plasticity. But in order to fully heal these neuron pathways of suffering, we have to understand them and accept them with compassion and humility. Only then we can move on. Self-analysis. Take a moment and reflect on some of your most common thought patterns, such as the biggest beliefs like your self-worth, spiritual view of self, or how you think life tends to go for you. Examples might be, no one loves me, everyone rejects me. I shouldn't be this way. God can't possibly love me. I should know better. I'm wrong. I deserve to be punished. I am incapable. I am a burden. No one wants to help me. I always lose. People always abandon me. I lose everything I love. People are out there to get me. They want me to fail. Fear keeps me one step ahead. I never seem to have enough. I deserve more. God is withholding from me. Everyone is in my way. I expect to get what I want. I hate setbacks and waiting. I am the best, smartest, and most attractive. I know what is best. I am superior and others are inferior. God favors the chosen ones. Or perhaps they are more of a positive nature. I'm committed and dedicated to goodness. I can handle the responsibilities of life with integrity. God is just. There is enough for everyone. There is no hurry. Arguing doesn't change anything. The world is just fine without my opinions. I don't need to get involved. I am talented. I am always doing my best. I enjoy being a great service to others. Life is filled with opportunity for me. Everything is always working out for my benefit. My life is a glorious gift. I forgive others and can appreciate everyone's uniqueness. Knowledge is power. It is wise to be a loving person. It is rational to seek the betterment of self and others. I am loved and love others easily. I am always supported and guided. I am completely loved and sustained by faith. God loves me unconditionally. Either version of the stories came from somewhere, whether of a positive nature or a negative nature, they were installed into us through experience, modeling, or adopted out of defense or curiosity. Take a moment and acknowledge that almost everything about your mind's perspectives, beliefs, judgments, values, and desires were inherited and modeled to you. Some were beneficial and others were not. Nevertheless, you have to accept that had you been born into a different family, different time, different country, different religion, different gender, or just overall had different life experiences, your thoughts and beliefs would have been completely altered. So, who are you without any of those inheritances? What innocent, pure soul is underneath and behind all these messages? Whatever out our inner narrative is, conscious of it or not, our mind will always find a way to rationalize why it is right and the best way for us. This is how it maintains boundaries of control and is what society typically refers to as someone who is closed-minded. The mind can be incredibly tenacious and resilient. The untamed mind is obsessed with being right, making a point, or being justified, even if it brings suffering or death. As an extreme, Adolf Hitler, for example, believed he was completely justified and right in his thoughts and actions, even at the expense of millions of souls. The mind is innately limited, biased, and naive. We may think that just because we're adults, we all should know better, but that just isn't the case. The mind does not know better, or else it would do better. Compassion is therefore crucial. In fact, the greater the aggression, pride, or selfishness, the greater compassion needed for the torment going on within the mind exhibiting such behavior. Like can only come from like. Hate does not come from love, and love does not come from hate. Aggression and violence being expressed to others can only come from a mind that is aggressive and violent to itself. True power, security, and love doesn't hurt others and has no enemies, only ignorance and lack do. We all we are all projecting our current theme of consciousness at any given moment. We're all trying our best with what we were giving. Underneath it all, we always are innocent, no matter how grotesque and faulty the ego judges others or ourselves to be. Remember always that we are beyond this. We are beyond this human body and mind. Begin to not take it so personally, but instead seek to understand with humility and compassion for the human condition. The mind is a computer. From a more non-attached perspective, we can view the mind as an amazing machine or tool, like a computer. The suffering in our life has come from believing the mind's stories are what define us as me. When actually, just like the heart beating so that body can continue on living, the mind only perceives and processes external stimuli of life. The mind can't know anything in its own right. The mind can only attempt to know about things. It is a processor, like a computer. The mind's library is made up of a collection of broad descriptions and symbols. It can't possibly compute the infinite details within any given moment accurately and even has a hard time remembering where it put the car keys. It is completely incapable of grasping the grandness of its own existence, but yet still somehow tricks us into believing that it knows everything.